Well, hey there. I'm just kind of recording this session as part of my personal learning and enthusiasm that I wanted to show. Let's see if I'm able to complete this thing. Calculator TDD Kata will add requirements one by one. Maybe we can just start coding. Let's see. It's a pretty much basic and simple questions to me. Since we need to push it to GitHub, I have already created a repository calculator Kata. I need to first of all clone it, so I will just okay, and then I will open a terminal. Let's see if I can open it here. I will just go CD projects maybe. dir assessment, CD assessment, git clone. Oops, git clone. Let's see if I have access to this repository. Oh, obviously this is a public repository. So cd okay, calculator data is here. We'll open it to the code. Oops, I just mistakenly closed another. Yeah, here we go. I'll just move this to the screen. We require this GitHub in the future. Okay, this is our main window, where we'll be coding, and hence here is our problem statement that we can just clearly see. Calculator Kata, Flutter, new project. A Flutter application without descriptive comment or test. I will just make a module, in that case a package, a shareable Flutter project containing modular Dart code. A shareable project containing API in Dart code with the platform. No, we will use a package since we already cloned this. Projects, assessment, calculator Kata, select project. Let's say calculator Kata, whatever. It is creating our project code and stuff. I feel now since calculator LL. Okay, still not outside it, right? Assessment should have the clone repo, and then we shouldn't have this, so I will just take out the repo from that and control X. Assessment, okay, control X, control V, delete, then we go LL, pwd code. Well, this looks good. Okay, test lib, calculator Kata test and calculator. Where did it go? Oh, nice, perfect. This is our function that we used to go, and this is our test class. Makes sense. I think we need to add a Flutter test module over here as well. So this will be a developer dependency, Flutter pub add -d Flutter test. Oh, it's in the dependency itself, so why just showing? Maybe not. Okay, I might be wrong. LL and we calculator underscore Kata. Okay, again, it's taking a bit time to actually set up the code. Let's see now. And then here we go. We still have whatever. If this is not working, then let's leave it. Don't care. Okay, now it's getting it finally. After a lot of not sure what was the issue. Class calculator must have a one function that accepts a string. Okay, now I don't need to implement it actually, since it's an TDD process of development. I will use I must have a calculator object, that is for sure. Calculator, and then if there is a test, it is a test, which is my first requirement. It should accept a string of numbers. The add function should be there. Let me just add an add function, but not simple. It should not do anything. It will do just add. It will accept string numbers, which is already given. I'll just return 0. First of all, my add numbers, I will write a different test cases first, and then I will just actually try to implement the function. So if the test empty string input, final result is calculator dot add an empty string, expect the result should match with 0. Let me just run this test. It should pass. It's taking a time, but let's see. Oh well, actually it did pass. So first commit is ready. Hence I will add this to initial commit. Git commit. I'm not changing a branch. Commit sam initial commit. Push. I should have the access to repository. Oh, I don't have it. Let's say I will edit later. Let's just copy this test. Another test should be given here. If I am giving a single input, I should handle it single input number. We'll add 1. I should have 1. Result 2. If I add a number which is let's just do this. And let me add another test as well. 2 numbers separated by comma, and then 1 or probably 1 or 6, like that. That is also fine. 1 or 6, both are same thing. I should expect 1 or 6, should be expected 7. Let's see. Let's try to run the test cases. Oh, obviously we are expecting 1, actual 0, 7, actual is 0. In that case, first we need to make a list of numbers. So final actual nums, which will be number dot split by comma. Right now I'm constantly making this delimiter. Nums will just change numbers. Then I will have to, because split will obviously do list of string, so I will map it to e dot frame, and I will just try to parse and dot parse as well dot to list. Now okay, perfect. Format document, or it is already formatted. Final result equals 0. We will add return the result now. Nothing complicated. For number numbers, the rest of variable table argument. Okay, where n in numbers, result plus equal n. Since it is a final, it is a immutable, so we will try to determine it runtime. Perfect. There's few cases we have passed. Let's see. Perfect. Our test cases is now passing. Now this is actually not doing, since that is actually pretty much good test case we have written over here. If it is an empty string, we cannot just do a split over here. That's why we are getting this error, format exception. Nice. So we will declare a result over here at the top, and then if number is empty, run result. Let's try to run this again. Let's try to look here for test cases. Let's try to run all the test cases again. Oh, perfect, nice. Allow the add method to handle any amount in numbers. Well, we actually did it. Okay, since our first requirement is clear, we have overachieved it. In case of that, if we had two numbers, we would have splitted it by accessing the first and the last index like this. But since we are already covered that case, let's just add one more test case over here. Two numbers, multiple numbers separated by comma, which can result in 20, 67, 20, 68, 10, 40, 40 and stuff. So it is 7, 75, 95, 105 and 145. We don't need it. Let's just try to run the test case again. Okay, all test cases passed. let's look our, oh, I'm not sure which is this file. I don't care about it. Maybe we can just delete it if you want. It's a tracking file, a temporary file, maybe generated. Let's not commit that. Git commit. We have added a new feature to add two or multiple numbers by comma separated. The push, I will push it later. All the commits. Allow the add method to handle new lines between numbers instead of commas. Okay, we should handle the commas as well, and as well the slash n escape characters. Let us see. Let us take an example of this simple test case. We will give it a beautiful name. Two numbers separated by comma. No, okay, multiple numbers. String supports /n right to that. Let us take an example of this. Perfect. Let's run this case. We must enter into like a cast error invalid radius index. That is pretty much acceptable by them, because now we are having multiple characters. But the space function accepts regular expression as well, so pattern, it is a pattern. Okay. I need to see if I can support multiple patterns or multiple delimiters with that. Okay, I will have to edit into this. Sorry, I forgot. Now let's run this. I'm very close. Okay, supports a new line character. Expected 7, actual 6. Yes, sir. 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be 6, obviously. So now through this regular expression, we can support multiple delimiters as well. So get we will add these two files. So either not this one. Git commit fit support for new line. Once we have committed, I think we should add one more case around this. Support new line care multiple mix, then comma 4, then comma, then new line 10, then comma, I will add a 5, which will result into this 5, 10 plus 5 plus 5, it is 25. Let's just try to run this again. Oh, nice. Let's go. Git commit git commit we added support add not a free plus added case for handling multiple commas and next. Support different delimiter. To change the delimiter, the beginning of the string will contain a separate line that looks like delimiter -n numbers. This is a special characters where we need to find the delimiters, right? Okay, then actual splitting character will be this. This is our special string that we need to handle. A delimiter can be long as it should be. So we will need to first of all add this case, since it's a test driven environment. Supports delimiter in the string itself. This is a good command line, we will edit for sure. A delimiter can be as long as it should, or it doesn't matter at all at this point. Fine. So it should return 3, right? So okay, looks good. Now it should run 3, then 3 it is. Let's run this case. Oops, invalid format exceptions are there. It is failing, obviously. Yes, we can add much more better approach. And then we just catch our exception, debug print, maybe just debug print foundation A question. Let's just and return 0. In this case we will just return 0 or -1 for better thing. 0 is not a valid number, maybe. Perfect. Format exception, we just printed our exception and then accepted actual values. We have handled the exceptions clearly here. Now let's add code to fetch the delimiter from the string, which is our this version of logic, right? And then in that case the delimiter itself will help us, but if we need to split, how we will split? Because /n is there, and if we see, we can just see these two characters and these two characters in between. What we found is a delimiter. We can come up to that logic. First of all, let's try to implement it. String, if we add a new function, we will also have to add it. Let's just add a private element. String get delimiter. Okay, it will not be a function. I will just call it a private function. String value find the first / and second character. We can just try to find the start index and an index. Let's just say if this is our delimiter /n, then delimiter must be this. Obviously we need to do test cases for this function as well. Test find delimiter delimiter. In this case, let's just take an example from this. In that case, we can first of all try to split it into two parts rather than just directly implementing it. We will just return an empty string. In that case, the delimiter expect delimiter should match this case. I will just try to run this function as well. Okay, actual was this and found empty. Now let's just try to implement this function. If it is not a valid delimiter, we cannot find a valid delimiter because our function can have multiple /n's. Right, /n's can be multiple at the same level. I don't care about this. Okay. We should not be relied. We should not to change a delimiter, the beginning of the string will contain a separate line. It's a separate line that already given. So we can just do this. Maybe value dot split, which is a slash n, and dot first dot replace all slash no replace all, replace first, we will just replace with an empty string, return, obviously it can return anything, try to return this, else returning empty. If anything error happens, if you don't find anything, final. Okay, now just let me just see if our delimiter function works correctly. Okay, it's working fine. I will add another complex delimiter. Okay, we will pass a whole string over here, right? So let's just pass it. It should return a comma. Let's just see. Fine, it's working good. Number is empty, result 10, result 0. If it is not, we will check for delimiter to exist or not. Whole number we have given. Then okay, let's just think, like after selection we are looking for if delimiter is not empty, you can just do this. Delimiter dot is not empty. If it is empty, then we just ignore those special cases. If it is not empty, then we will just write x. That particular delimiter. Now we need to replace that as well. So number dot replace first, hence I will just say slash n to empty string, which will be $sign to delimiter. Okay, and then do this delimiter, which is contained this delimiter only. Delimiter. The function name is wrong. Let's just try to run this cases first of all. I think it should pass now. Or all cases failed. Let's see. Just return our new string. do not replaces it in place. So let's see. Since we had a test cases, I will like to know why is this failing. I see. This gonna be if is not equal to number, but this can only pass few cases, not much. Where? See, our final cases were fast, but not this new line one, because obviously yes, it should actually start with this is the case. Starts with n, then only we will look for a solution. Okay, perfect. Calling add with a negative number will throw an exception. Negative numbers not allowed. Fine. We will add these two functions and two methods over there. Yes, looks good. Git commit fade. Get support for input string contains that limit. Fine, nice. Okay, what is this? To calling add with a negative number will throw an exception. Negative numbers not allowed. Okay, here it can be a good parse integer if n throw exception. Oops, let's just say negative numbers are not allowed. Expect exception calculator dot add 1 negative 1. I'll just remove this code block from here. X vector 0. Okay, at any point we found a negative number, we will just set the exception. Okay. Hey, what is this? We are just trying an error. Okay. Nice. Even if you want a more precise version of it, you can just throw those matcher will be a predicate. E is exception, and then to string contain negative numbers are not allowed. But let's see. Nice variant of this case as well. We didn't actually edit it. Let's just remove this extra function. Yes. Nice. Now there is another requirement. There are multiple negative numbers. Show all of them in an exception message separated by comma. Okay. Negative numbers, multiple negative numbers are not allowed. Negative 2, negative 3 forces, and my result shows this. Negative 1, negative 3. This kind of an application. No, right? Okay, express row satisfies function, but actually it is not a valid error message. Finally, we need to keep track of negative numbers, negatives as well as empty list. At this point, let's just keep it empty list. Rather than throwing an exception here, we will just, if n less than 0, negative dot add n, and then I think we should continue with low. I don't think we need to add to the result for extra complication. After our for loop is over, negatives is not empty. If negatives length double equals 1, then we'll throw this exception. Else throw this exception there and not allow, and it just looks like this. Negatives dot map I will take them dot join comma. Nice. Let's just try to perfect. Let's just try to think. There are multiple cases. But all test cases are being passed. Commit fate. In case multiple negative numbers, let's throws with numbers mentioned. Cool. Now our function looks good, and we have handled the cases as well. Want more? Check out this. Let's just check out. Calculate a simple allow method handle unknown amount of numbers. Well, we did it. Support different delimiter, valid calling it a negative number, exceptions, numbers bigger than should be ignored. Well, let's add this case as well. Test numbers bigger than 1000. Let's must be ignored. Final result is equal to calculator dot add 1000 in, which should result into 2. Not obviously. Right now it will give us 1003. Okay, perfect. So here I will make a constant k, range limit is 1000, and his or if n is greater than k range limit, continue. Let's see now. Perfect. Our case looks good. Good. Git commit and fate numbers greater than 1000 ignored. Delimiters can be of any length which is already handled by us. Allow multiple delimiters. Well, this is crazy. Actually, you can handle multiple delimiters with length longer than 1 characters. We'll edit later on the way. So hope you liked this session of coding, and I'm not sure if you're gonna watch or not, but wish me luck, I guess. Thank you very much.